Hang 10. Just thinking about that, man. I've been thinking about the detours. Saint and Hang 10, published songs and also future, but I'm always thinking about Rick, right? So there we go. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that shit don't mean nothing. Okay. Oh, I have the join in link, so I guess I can't do, you know, filters or whatever. So here I am. One color. I'd like to put on the flashing light, but you never know who's going to turn up. I don't want anybody with sensitivities to deal with them. You know what I mean? So peace to everybody. How's it going? What's up, Chew? How you doing, Chew? Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Boom. I well, I guess I'll smoke a cigar first. I was like, I'm gonna have to roll a smoke, but I think I'll do a cigar first. What's going on, Chew? Tell me how you doing tonight. Thanks for the like. Thanks for the like. Please click like everybody as you cycle through. Fair enough on the way in to click it. Not asleep. Yeah. Yeah. Insomnia rules. No, it's not that late here. 1:37 Eastern Standard Time. Where you at, Chew? Where you at? It's fucking beautiful here, Chew. It's beautiful here. All right. The returner Chew, standard moderator, right? We're getting up to the 1,000 subs, guys. I can't Central Time. Okay, so Central Time, Central is gonna be 1 hour behind me or so, right? Or what? Yeah, I'll give you the wrench, but yeah, what's up, Bud Files? Bud Files has the wrench. Everybody sub up to Bud Files channel. Put your channel in. Bud Files is all good. But I am approaching 1,000, and I'm gonna have to be a little bit more reserved with wrenches and so right. And even whatever shit that me and my brother Rusty went through yesterday, he's coming up tomorrow. We're gonna fucking fix it live. We're gonna do it right. He's not. Oh yeah, okay, okay, yeah. So you're 1 hour behind in that Central Time. Now, Mountain Time is the very rarity, but hey, what's up, Tristan? Up in the deep west of certain central areas, Central West or whatever, then they have Mountain. They would be 2 hours different than I, right? So there you go. And then you got the West Coast. Then you got Australia, as large as it is. We got 6 hours behind I and 8 hours behind I, but in the future, right? So they're tomorrow. So you figure that shit out, man. And then you think it's flat. Hey, if it was flat, I guess it would be a lot easier, right? And airplanes would be crashing into each other all day long. There you go. Shit. But yes, you're welcome for the blue. I'm just saying I can't do it so much more so soon because we're getting there. We're getting there. You know what I mean? So please share it to your socials. Encourage anybody of adult age. We're not asking anybody how old they are. This is not made for kids. It's obvious. I finally got in the background in the YouTube studio and was able to make the not made for kids distinction so that I don't have to do it every video, because I miss things or whatever. So I don't have to do it anymore. I put, because they have a statement generally not for kids. I don't really make videos for kids. Yeah, yeah. And also it screws you out of a lot of things when it's a for kids. Come on. That's not what we're doing. But that being said, nobody's asking you how old you are, please. You know what I mean? If you're signed into your YouTube account, do whatever the fuck you want. If you feel you're too young to be here, get out. Yo, cheers. Mm. It's time to joust the spot. What's up, brother Rusty? Rusty's back in the house. Rusty, we will talk tomorrow, man. We basically have to hash it out tomorrow, if that's okay, man, so that we have a platform and nobody can interrupt us, and we're side by side. Whatever happened, brother, you know, it's the ups and downs of siblinghood. So brotherhood is still deep, Rusty. You get it? I mean, you know what I mean? To be fair enough, brotherhood is still deep. Sometimes we're gonna get a little sibling rivalry. So that's actually my last good vibes. Satya Agarbati right now. So we're gonna have to do that just to joss it up, celebrate our ancestor, and do all the good. There we go. As late as it is here, it is insomniac here. Some of y'all be worse off, right? I'll still make it tomorrow. I'll still do what I need to do. Tomorrow is what? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Well, I mean, it's already Wednesday here. But yeah, tomorrow is when I predicted I'll lose this tooth, but I won't. Nothing is so kind. I'll have to wait a little more. Soak it in, man. Soak it in. Enjoy all your senses as you have. Please click like. What's going on, man? Thank you for your attendance, but please click like. Please chat in. Don't hesitate. Don't be scared. It ain't no thing. I'm sorry that I can't do a filter or games right now. That is true, right? That's right, bro. That's right. Yeah, my ideal tomorrow's Thursday. Well, what do I know, SGP? What do I know? I said, yeah, yeah, I meant that. I meant that. I understood that, I guess. I was saying today is Wednesday, yes, because we flipped over. But West Coast, they're 3 hours behind. I don't know. No, they didn't flip over or anything. So absolutely, absolutely. I'm just saying that. Oh, it is Wednesday. Oh, it's for real Wednesday. You're right. You're right. Today is for real Wednesday. That's true. And by the way, thank you for that detail because I don't care so much for days of the week, obviously, huh? So yeah, you fucking nailed it. I'm so sorry. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. It is Wednesday. And I'll tell you what, Rusty, out of respect for you, out of respect for the whole deal, come on, Joe. Joe doesn't care for the days of the week. Joe's a fucking, dummy. Joe's a dummy. I can hear that anywhere. But in respect for Rusty, that's true. Joe's a dummy. What's up, Dan? Dan, I went to Toots and they were worried about you. I said that you sent me. But I'll tell Rusty out of respect. Yeah. So yeah, we are scheduled for like 10 plus right there. So I can make sure they have dinner and they got all through. Can you see? I was outside, I was soaking it up, right? The moonlight Siberian. But I was kind of blocked from it. I couldn't see a thing. Either the buildings plus, the cover of cloud or whatever. I could not really see it. I was bathing in the moonlight. I love to. They said they haven't run into you a while, and I said I probably pissed them off yesterday too. You know what I mean? So they said they haven't seen you in a while. I always go there and say Dan sent me. So there's your calling card, bro. Yeah, come on, Joe, you fucking dummy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am a dummy though. I'm like that. You know what I mean? I'm more in tune to another game than the clock, especially fucking New Year's. I cannot celebrate New Year's, guys. I feel miserable, like pretending like the clock is a big deal, and I think the clock's fucking wrong. Oh, good. Well, I guess they have short memories, man. They better stop drinking that off the counter shit. You know what I mean? That clear malt. Everyone worries about not good Dan. We all worry about his tentative demeanor. And they were like, "Did you ban him?" And I was like, "Far from it. He's still a mod. He's not going to be a mod forever. He's been mod and not mod before." And just like I was saying earlier, sometimes like when the new people come in, sometimes I got to get the blue down so they don't feel all uncomfortable. You know what I mean? We need to know what's up. We do. We don't really need to know anything. It's all bullshit. I mean, this is just fiction. It's kayfabe. It's just we're having a good time, and we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll get through. All we're doing here is trying to be friendly and have a place to hang out conveniently. So where did I leave off? Just in full respect to you, Rusty, you are not banned. You're a mod again. Number one, and number two, we'll actually hash it out and talk properly. And I'll ask you, for advice. So I don't get hung up and do things. What is a normal chatter? No, I understand. I get you, Dan. I get you, Dan. I get you, Dan. Dan, you've always been respectful of the fact that we need to maintain a certain decorum. Now, you go far sometimes, or you get on your own sort of things. You get on your own rants and stuff. So that's why everybody's always worried about Dan. But nah, you're all good, bro. You're all good. Yeah, who's normal? What's normal? I don't know. You know what I mean? But I have like these fleeting ideas of it, outdated shit. I know you do, Dan. I know you do, Dan. Thank you. That's why you're always welcome, man. Even more of some of more of your controversial friends, just share it to your socials. It's okay. They can come too. Let's have some. I'm just like speaking of the logistics of the fact that I'm not going to claim 850 anymore. I'm actually hitting 900, and when I hit 1,000 and over, I have to be a little bit careful. You know, because it's not necessary for everybody to be a mod, and also like it makes other people feel uncomfortable. So I'm gonna put the incense where it goes. Right on, Dan. Right on, Dan. And hell yeah, you will be helping me, Rusty, because we're gonna do it clear. We're gonna do it clear. It'll be your, it'll be your side by side. It'll be your show, and I'll ask you in a general way for other people's sake, and for my own sake. You know, if I've been off base in my ways, I'm sure I have. Excuse me. You know, also the trolling ways of probably every one of us. Well, they have to be understood, but we'll talk about it, bro. We'll talk about it when you have the full floor, full accessibility. That's the fairest I can be. We're always going to be basically in siblinghood, right? I put the basically. We're basically going to be in siblinghood forever, but there's ups and downs within that, right? Cheers, everybody. Sometimes it's just telling your brother, just stay off my stuff right now. Don't touch my stuff. No, I'll be back. I gotta put the incense where it lives. I have respect and love for everybody, and I'll fix the mess of the background up later again. Sometime. Hello, I'd like to welcome our new guest, Tomfoolery. It's time for Tomfoolery to take over again. I saw that he had a no, I did not see that he had a new woman. No, not specifically Dan. I did see him chatting in. So I was glad to see that he had an active channel, right? I can't exactly remember where he was chatting in, Jose, but I think isn't he one of those members only channels, dude? I don't do members only channels. If I can't watch your fucking video, dude, I can't even like, you know what I mean? I can't even entertain it. Like, put out a public video or else. What's up, Cloud Kicker? How you doing, Cloud Kicker? So that's the thing. I think he has one of those fucking, members only channels. I don't know, man. I get confused. If not, Dan, help me out. You're a fucking mod. Send his join in link. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. I swear he's a man of the people. All right, well, drop his link then. Drop his link, Dan. Everybody can fucking follow what's going on, huh? I'm glad he's not beat up. I'm glad he's not in jail. I'm glad he's not being held hostage. If he has a boyfriend, if he has a girlfriend, good for him, man. Good on him. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like I hope his path in life, is fulfilling and open, right? Let him do his fucking thing. You know what I mean? He's funny. He's funny, and we're all kind of twisted and kicked, right? You don't know his link, but Jose Sanders' journey. Okay, so it's not like making my way in America or anything anymore. I did see him chatting in, but again, maybe your chat handle is different than your actual deal, right? So he also has a what? Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't do that shit, Dan. I got VHS tapes, bro. I don't even watch them though. Like yeah, everybody's gonna hear me. So yeah, and I don't need to, I guess either. I have a nice collection though from more of a golden age of that sort of thing. Before the choking and spitting and all that fucking bullshit. I don't watch that shit. I don't watch it, man. Especially like the other shit. Like I'm gonna judge your social class. Fuck out of here with that, man. Don't name call anybody. Big boxes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got big boxes. Yeah. I mean, they're everywhere, so I could give you a quick example. I hope it doesn't get me cut out, but let me see. I'll be right back. I'll give you one big box. Hopefully, it doesn't get me cut. all right. Maybe this is not a bannable offense right here. Like sex sounds, right? It's like I don't know what's so sexy about, excuse me, being an audio engineer and having a big long microphone there. But yeah, yeah, yeah. We have a grand collection of what such things. You know what I mean? Angels 8 Volume 2. Huh. I don't know specifically. Is that a Dark Brothers Pro? Is that a Dark Brothers? Like I said, I don't know what is, excuse me, I'll cover that again. Specifically sexy about being a sound engineer, but there you go. Sex sounds are apparently appealing. One of my favorites over there is I have 3 a.m. It's right there. So yes, Siberian Gal Pal, no offense, and I'm not surprised. So I have 3 a.m. over there, right? And so uh a very old and crazy and man, still successful. Orson Welles was making his movie, right? And his photographer dude was doing 3 a.m., and so he basically cut the shower scene in 3 a.m., which I have over there, uh, just to make it. Let's get it done. I'm gonna cut it for you. He did the editing and shit. So yeah, we don't do any. Yeah, we don't do any digital sin. We do analog sin around here, man. I'm old school. I'm old school, bro. So yes, I do not mean to offend you, Siberian. I've never actually watched that one, but anyways, it gives me comfort to have it. Legality aside, who gives a fuck? I mean, excuse me, I'm not dealing with legality. Don't care. Shit. Like this, I have the advanced copy of I guess I just wasn't made for these times on VHS, So I have the advanced copy. This thing is all in black and white. You watch this movie now, it's extended and they have color shit in it and stuff like that. But I mean, it still gives me comfort to have, obviously still in shrink. Oh, that's one of my favorite companies too, Live as a production company. Yeah, I got great live fucking films everywhere. VHS rules. Hopefully Sean will help me sell them because I need money, not products. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Digital is a little beyond me, man. Analog race here. Analog race. Shit. All right. Time to smoke. I'm just gonna roll a cigarette. I was like thinking I'll go to a cigarillo next, but no, I'll just roll a cigarette. I got raws, the big pack again. Um, as they say, they curl up on the end. That's kind of a bitch. But hey, usually they're $5 or 4.99 for a 500. He charged me less, so they're less than a penny a paper. There we go. Yeah, Rusty, I'm not gonna leave you fucking lost or leave you unanswered or whatever, dude. Excuse me. Whatever was going on, I know I was too stressed. I know that for fucking, I don't know, 5 days or whatever, I've been trying to figure out why YouTube would not do, they won't let me go live with a join in link, right? So I was going a little bit nuts about that, bro. I mean, that was one thing, right? One thing leads to the other. Um, I think a couple people in chat, because I kind of blocked you right then, right? They were like, no, he's adding to the conversation. And I'm willing to understand that, bro. I get stressed all the time, SGP. I get stressed. Is it not worth it? Nah, I live on it. I like it. I like the energy. Come on, guys. It's the energy. Come on. Nothing's going to be boring around here. We might have problems. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'm jazzed up. I'm enjoying it. My brother Rusty, he's going to come back. He'll be jazzed up. He can tell me shit. It won't take me down. It won't. That's the fucking thing, gal pal. Like I've lived the like non-consequences life, balls to the wall, like everything, like So like whatever for whatever reason, I've never fallen to being held accountable in that way. Like there's no consequence. I have a charmed life. Everybody's nice. Everybody's helpful. Everybody helps me, man. So I guess there's something I have that they want to keep alive, and they will. They will. It's not my choice. Also, when I get compelled to do something, it's basically not my choice. Basically, I'm just following a force of nature that is me, but is beyond me. You know what I mean? Because it is me, but I can't control it. Right? So yeah, there it is. There it is. I don't mind. Oh, by the way, Gal Pal, I'm gonna send this specific card. I'm gonna send to Sean so that he can try to flip it or do whatever. But it's one of the Billy Ripkins, and they covered the fuck face with the black, and then I have the one where it just says fuck face, and then they have the third one. Yeah, Sean 420. Yeah, Sean 420 for sure. So I'm gonna send that to him. I was like, no, I'll send it to him. So he can go ahead and deal with that. I have the one with that says fuck face unfiltered. I'm never getting rid of that. And then I got these two. I also told him I'm not getting rid of my Jose Canseco, and I'm not getting rid of my Bo Jackson. But this is the Bo Jackson Kansas Royals. My Bo Jackson Memphis Chicks is kind of my favorite Bo Jackson. But whatever, man. We're gonna work together, man. You know, if these things go well, you know, not easy times at all, right? But yo, Rusty, you said you made it through with talking to the people, getting some supplemental income. So you made those barriers happen, right? My son and I had a conversation with Social Security recently for him, and he's been like cut out since 2020 or whatever because they didn't have an office open. And they were like, maybe you owe us $1,400, maybe not. Now that used to be a game that we could do all the time, but we could schedule an in-person appointment. You can't do it anymore. So after all those years, after all those calls and everything I made, we did have a good conversation the other day in the morning, right? So yeah, and fuck yeah, you did, Rusty. Like that'll make your life so much better, bro. That'll make your life so much better. And that's what it's all about, man. It's just like make those improvements little by little. We're not gonna live forever. Life is short. That's what you said, Gal Pal, right? Totally agree with that. Stress will kill you. Hell yeah. Jealousy will kill you worse, I think. But right on, man. Let's make progress. All of us. Everybody, a better day right around the corner. And I hope you guys let me in. You know what I mean? You don't have to. Push X, push unsubscribe, whatever. But if you do let me in, I'll be around. And I hope to see you guys. I hope to understand the map and go see you guys somewhere. My freedom is a new freedom now with my chillins, the boys hitting 20 plus and the daughter being the only non-adult, but her being so motivated and so sure of what she does and so demanding that I'm sure she's not letting anybody take her astray. So coasters with the Manning brothers on them, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, I know, SGP. Oh, I forgot to say, and thank you for asking me about my grandmother's Vanna doll. I forgot to say, it's probably a QVC product. Like she probably called Home Shopping Network or something to get it. But the reason that I said they're limited edition, but they're varied, right? I think the reason that they were varied is she was sharing her own fashion line. So I think that's just like one dress of, several dresses that she's trying to show off. Yeah, bartending is awesome. The perks of being in that business, you know what I mean? Like are awesome. So good for you. Good for you. My son? Oh, everything will work out, man. Everything will work out. We just got to keep fighting. We got to keep fighting, bro. They send me another Rusty. They sent me another one of those stupid. I probably threw it away already now because I got my confirmation. But they sent me one of those letters that was like, "Well, we didn't hard deny you, but we soft denied you because you told us you don't want him to have coverage." And I was like, "How?" Last time he had a scheduled phone interview because you can't go in the office anymore. You guys had some other peon call me and say, "Well, hi, Joe. You're calling about your son, right? Yeah, we have a scheduled interview, right? Yeah." They're like, "Well, I'm just calling you to let you know nobody's available to call you." And I'm like, "Are we on Melmac again? Are we on Melmac?" Brr. I'm doing my best, Alf. I'm gonna eat that cat, Willie. I'm gonna eat that cat. So we're back on Melmac, where people call you and say nobody's available to call. And then they sent me the letter that said, "You said your son doesn't want his fucking coverage." And then when we actually talked to him, I let him do everything. And then almost like a spirit board, I made a yes, no, things that I could point to for him, and then things I could make notes for. Say yes, and here's the reason. Say no, here's the reason. I let him lead because he could just say, "Let my dad talk for me." But he's 20 years old, let him lead. He's an adult. So I let him lead. Everything's cool. So they're working on it. They were like, "Yes, those were erroneous. Those were our mistakes. Therefore, we'll expedite we'll expedite the determination when we get there." Right. So Redskins, Sonny Jurgensen. Yes, this is Sonny Jurgensen live. I'm going to tell you what the Redskins. Oh, whoops! She tried to get me to say banned words. You caught me, gal pal. You caught me. I mean, the Washington football team or whatever, which I guess is United. She caught me. This is Sonny Jurgensen. At least I'm not a hoggette. I'd feel like a fool then. I love the song though, man. I love the song. Hail victory. I live by that. Braves on the warpath. Fight for all PG. Prince George's County. So yeah. You got me though. You got me to say the banned word. Hail to the potato. Yeah, that's my shit though. You couldn't have any answer where I grew up. Who's your team? Yeah, you couldn't have any other answer. There's a lot of people who I guess wanted to be controversial, be like, "I like the Cowboys." No, you don't. No, you don't. You're just trying to be a dick. You're just trying to be a dick. Raise your profile, right? By being a what a hate watcher or something, or hate watched. Green Bay. Hell yeah, man. Everybody loves Green Bay for real. I know, I know Siberian, It's like my wife said something to me. I know Siberian. I know. It's like my wife said something to me today. I was about to repeat it back to her, and I was like, "I'm not allowed to say that." And she said, "No, you're allowed to say that." I said, "I'm allowed to say it to you, but I have to be concerned." And she said, "Well, I think you're allowed to say it because the truth is blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, I can't say it." And trust me, it wasn't anything with like xenophobia or anything like that. It was just kind of, stratal judgment or whatever. I was like, I can't say that shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to care. Like, you know, be you, do your thing. Cheers. This is my last beer, so there we go. The sad story. The insomniac that has the last beer at 2. Jenica, why didn't you go to sleep? You got to go to work. Mm. The Baltimore Colts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got that? You got team cards from the Baltimore Colts? That's awesome. Big up Baltimore, man. I love Druid Hill, guys. I love Druid Hill. North Avenue Motel. Huh. Last time I stayed, the last 2 times I stayed, I couldn't even sleep because the rats were staring at me at night. Red eyes and big teeth. Couldn't even sleep, but I still love Druid Hill so much. Well, that's awesome, Gal Pal. Yeah, I mean, I like baseball cards, but I'm gonna start sending them out to Sean, so that maybe he can flip them. I gotta test it out slow, slow. Excuse me for burping. But I've known Sean. I've known of Sean for about 3+ years. John Reagan's. Yeah, I met John Reagan's for sure, for sure. Being in Maryland, I mean, come on. I met him on Central Avenue. He had one of those handshaking events. John Reagan's. Cal Ripken Jr., Cal Ripken Sr. Mm. You got the Terry Bradshaw rookie card? Yeah, my mother's in love with Terry Bradshaw. They're friends on Facebook. So maybe he'll sign it for you. I don't know. They're in love with each other, Both ways I think it goes. Damn, Rusty. I'm sorry about that, bro. Sorry about that, bro. Man, I hope at least you're, you know, able to operate with minimal, what do you call it? Intrusion. Like, hopefully it's mostly the body and less the biomech, if that makes any sense to you. And I'm just saying, it's just like, I hate to think that you're stuck with more, invasive situations on and on and on, it has to be so tiring in a way that people don't understand. Anyways, guys, in my community post, I reposted Rusty's first appearance here because it's important. You know what I mean? Because it's important. So you got time to check that out before we meet up, right? But we will meet up, and I will ask him for advice clearly. Yeah, yeah, gal pal, it might be deeper than that. And also, if you're a side sleeper, if you sleep on your left side, the stuff will fall away from the stomach brain connection, so that's better too. But oh, it'll be better just in the morning. Okay, okay. But yeah, oh, gal pal, he's had serious, future or past, I mean, excuse me, past incidents in health, with the gut and everything else. I mean, I don't want to put it out there explicitly, but go ahead and check that first interview because he totally laid it out. He told about, what he was facing the doctors with and everything else. I mean, only a quarter of this situation, but a quarter of this situation is I want you guys, yeah, it's not easy times. I want you guys to come back tomorrow so we can talk to Rusty. I put it for 10:30 or so because I got to make sure my kids get their dinner after my lazy ass does it at 8 or delivers at 8 or whatever. So 4 years of Joe Theismann. Is the dude doing well? I don't know. You want to elect him? Let's do it. I don't know. Joe Theismann in the house. Back in the day, before the stuff went down and all that, I was thinking like, oh, if Trump wants to live in the White House, in perpetuity, why don't you let him live in the White House and build a better new one, Because in all honesty, I know, and I don't mean anything about politics, but I'm just talking about sociality. I know that DC is not the city for him and his family. You know what I mean? You can't get grand designer clothes or whatever else. DC is a swamp. It's not the city for his family. I know he wouldn't want to live there, but I was just saying, like, they probably should have thrown the if you want to stay there. Of course he doesn't want to live there. That's my whole point. My whole point. It wants to rule the world. Yeah, well, I don't. You know what I mean? I fucking don't. That's crazy. I don't even want to tell the next person what to do. Crazy. Anyways, politics aside, I think they should have just gave him that. Oh, you want to stay in the White House? Go ahead. You guys will leave in a minute because your family is used to better than this. Just build a new one. Right? Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a hard time digesting milk, man. I'll be honest. So yeah. I grew up with the skim though. I grew up with the skim. That was my mom's deal. Her parents were dairy farmers at a time, pretty hard. But I grew up with skim that was that blue shit, that blue water, and that's fine with my cereal because then you can taste your cereal. But what happened ended up later is like, so I guess it's the lactose that I wasn't used to. No, I don't have acid reflux. Nothing comes back up. No problem like that. But I guess all the casein protein, the lactose, I mean, excuse me, the lactose protein or whatever, those long chains, I wasn't used to it in that heavy level of like 2%, right? I love 2%. That's probably perfect sweet spot for me. But no, I never had acid reflux or any like that. But I also know not to drink liquor. I can drink liquor. You drank whole milk, you should. You should drink raw milk or whatever. But I didn't grow up with it, so therefore I didn't have the defenses. So one of those things, I don't know if it is even still out there, but I used to get that product called Skim Plus. It was the enriched skim milk in a carton. You could only get a half gallon or whatever, but I used to love that stuff, you know. But then, people that I grew up with, again, like in my mother's family, they would come visit me. You know what I mean? The cream off the top. Yeah, 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 yeah. You used to skim the cream off the top. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, you wanted the good part. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, her relatives would visit me, and they'd be like, "Well, I need a gallon of milk. I need to go to 7-Eleven. Good night." Okay, she's not going to bed. She's just going to work. But, yeah, they would be like, "So go pick me up a gallon," and I'd be like, "Okay," and I go over there to 7-Eleven, it'd be 5 fucking dollars or 4.59. I'm like, "What the hell is this shit?" You know, like, that blew my mind, and I was done. I was done. I'm like, "I'm not buying that shit." So, and for a while with my kids when they were very young, I was getting powdered milk, and they would be like, what's wrong with this?" And I was like, "What's wrong with it? It's not full of sugar. It just tastes like milk." It was like, freeze dried flecks of add water and, but they didn't understand it. Yeah, they only drank the shit that's full of sugar. It's like, "Oh, how'd you get that many sugar molecules in like something that comes from the gut of a animal with feet?" You know what I mean? An animal with feet or a plant with, roots. It's not going to have all that unless it's a cane. You know what I mean? Unless it's a cane, it's not going to have all that sugar. But maybe I'm just foolishly reading that. I don't know. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like there should be 32 grams of sugar in like a cow's udder. Doesn't seem natural to me. That's well, I know that you're more versed on it than I am. Yeah, it was pasteurized. Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's where they heat it to kill the bacteria that Louis Pasteur. What is it, 1799 or whatever? So they do that, and so raw milk is literally illegal, right? It's still real milk. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's still real milk, but they also oil up every sort of nobody counts all the like food grade oil that they put in everything, you know what I mean? Nothing's being added. You don't believe it? You don't think so? You don't think I'm just being paranoid? I'm just being paranoid. Okay. I prefer the powdered milk. It's not sweet to me. It's better. Nothing's being added. She swears. All right. All right. What's up, Sean? Hmm. I know SGP already said hi to you, Sean, before your presence, but what's up, Sean? Just because I was speaking of you, man. I'm thinking about you, care about you. It's just milk. I don't like it. I don't like milk. Like I said, my guts are no good with milk because I grew up with skim, which is more watery. So my guts are no good in digesting those proteins. It's like every time we go to a motel, if we're there for like 2 days, or maybe actually it's usually the third day. If we're in a motel, the third day, I'll go downstairs and drink the fucking orange juice. I'll drink the fucking cranberry juice. It makes me so sick. I can't drink that kind of shit. I can't drink juice. Well, whole has all the cream. Whole is like 4 or plus% fat, right? If I'm correct, that whole is 4 or more fat. 2% is the cut, and then you got half and half, which is 2% plus full cream. Then you got buttermilk. And the only time I really had buttermilk was like the Indians that I grew up with. So no fat has no cream. Right, 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 right. So or 1% or whatever. I guess I don't know, man. Nominal amount of fat, right? What I mean is whole milk would mean full fat, which is 4+%, right? Something like that. And they're also pasteurized. Yeah, I can deal with none of it actually. I don't like it. I don't like it. I used to, once I bought off the shelf rice milk, I used to, 9%, brother. No, I'm just kidding. He's in the 9 club, and he also did the first He also did the first ceremony of breaking the Nine Club, fighting the Nine Club. He won, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just can't digest. I can't digest it. I eat cheese because my children that were vegetarian before, they still rely on cheese as a source of protein. Of course, my doctor's like, that's okay. Yeah, Ritz and some cheese, Ritz and some fucking what's this shit that comes from the can? The easy cheese. Yeah, everybody calls it whiz, but it's actually easy cheese from the can. You go, "Bzzzt," you put that on your crackers. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. I don't care about health, guys. Not really. I'm just talking about what I have to deal with, because that shit's probably made out of plastic or Play-Doh when you easy cheese up a cracker, but I'll eat it. I'll eat it. I forgot to eat half my dinner or whatever because I wanted beer. I didn't fucking care. Fresh grass to the corn, it makes it taste different in a few weeks. Yeah. Yeah. So Siberian, from what I understand, again, even slaughter animals, they'll give them corn for the last 2 weeks so that it's more palatable to the general population instead of the you guys see that definition? That's from he said my fucking barbell was doing nothing. That definition is from my you guys see that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's in there. But anyway, no, so yeah, absolutely. So from what I understand, even like slaughter animals, they'll feed them corn for the last 2 weeks so that it's more palatable to the wide range of things, and that instead of the word gamey that they throw in when they're eating their natural gas and shit or natural grass and shit like that. You know what I mean? But anyways, to the guy who says it's doing nothing, look at the definition. You fool. You fool. No, I'm just kidding. I was totally open to him. If he's got better suggestions, we'll keep going, right? Grass-fed beef and corn-fed beef. Yep, yep. Happy 420, man. It is 428 right here. Cheers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot. That is true too. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, man. But I don't know, man. I mean, I'll eat anything when I'm hungry. I will eat anything when I'm hungry. I really don't give a shit. I swear. So I mean, I was even a vegan at a time, you know what I mean? But it isn't like it was just about balance in my life, Just about balance. So every time I go to the doctor and I'm gonna try to schedule as soon as next week, my son and I, every time I go, I just make sure that all my shit is better. Like, what do you want me to Google? Reiterate, Sean, I'm sorry. But every time I go back, my piss and blood is better. And that's all I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? They're trying to cologne scope me, okay, because that's my age, 45. I'm actually 46, but they want to cologne scope you. And then they said it has to be propofol, and I was like, "Why? I promise I won't move." I don't know if I was lying about that. I never had a scope up my ass. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I was like, I really don't like that. So next time I go, it's probably going to be this week. Guarantee 100%, guys. My piss and my blood will be better. I keep leveling up. I'm always better than the last time. You didn't drink the milk. You were just stealing the cream off the top. You were just doing the good shit. I know. You little scamps running around the running around the farm, making your lives better while the product suffers. No, I'm just fucking with you, kidding with you. Oh, you switched to feeding the fall. Oh, okay, so you can't drink the old like grassy uh that whole like what do you call that aroma? That like asparagus pee pee odor, right? It's bad, right? She'd buy it at the store while you're gestating, or I mean, while you're, cultivating the future product. That's that shit. That's that shit. Yeah, you can, but we didn't. Yeah, Joe would have been the one to be just sucking it from the teat and been like, "Oh, it tastes like shit, but I'm alive." I would have been that loser because I really wouldn't care if I'm fucking hungry. Never. And I get hungry because I get preoccupied. I just think about other things. I do other things. I never finish anything. Thank God. You know what I mean? That makes me interesting. But anyways, I never finish one thing, but I'm always on to something else. It's yucky. No, I like it. I like it. I like it, man. I like it. You like it really cold? Yeah, well, that's respectable, you know what I mean? But I like it. I like it from the tit. I'm telling you, man, I like it. Yeah, I need the colon scope, the cologne scope. They say, but I don't know, man. I said, what the fuck, propofol, man? I ain't no Michael Jackson, man. Oh, it tastes sweeter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's the part I don't like. So I love powdered milk more. But I used to try to even like kind of, trick them and just get the gallon one time and fill it up with water and, shake it up. And they would be like, this ain't sweet enough. So they noticed. So, yeah, Sean, you ever had one? You're 1 year older than me, I suppose. You ever had one of those scopes? You ever get your scoped situation, bro? Because Jimmy, my drummer, he said he's had it like 4 times. He's like, it's the best time of my life. I'm like, whoa, why don't you get on Grinder then, brother? Why don't you get on Grinder, brother? He's had it like 4 times. He's going for an extra one next time. He's like, I love to scope my cologne. Oh, it's shit that you drink. Yeah, you drink that shit and yeah, 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 yeah. Right on. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about. So you're talking about that shit that you drink so that you can empty everything out and make it pretty, make it blue. Whatever, man. I think I'd rather die. I don't fucking know. Like my father and I were talking about that. He thinks he's only going to live 2 more years or whatever. Oh wait, 1 more year. He's already had a birthday, but he's basically comparing that to his father. His father was Purple Heart, uh, injured WWII vet. You know what I mean? I have tons of respect for. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So he talking to me about it, and I'm like, Dad, I don't know, man. He's been through everything, everything. He beats everything all the time. Good for him. He still thinks he's gonna die. I'm like, no, you're not. You'll still beat the next thing. But when I put to him, I don't know what it would take for them to be able to cut me. I don't think I care. I don't think I'm attached to living that much. I don't care. I might have issues there. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know. But at the same time, like, I'm really like resistant, right? If it wasn't my idea, I don't like to do it. I love going there like I will next week or whatever and getting my blood tested because I'll have on paper proof that I'm doing better than last time. Last time and the time before, both of them were better than the last, but they said somehow you got to figure out how to swap beef fat with omega-3 and omega whatever, like say olive oil fat. They were like, you need that fat, not that fat. And I used to be vegetarian. I was like, I could be vegetarian again. Is that what you're talking about? And he's like, I don't know, but I did a little bit better. My mom bought me a big ass, I don't know, half gallon of Spanish olive oil. We're just running out of it, and it's light struck, so it kind of tastes like shit right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I take meds though. I do. They're called beer and Dutch plant. Those are mine. Just for your seizures. Right on, right on. Yeah, and that's why like yeah, weed. Yeah, yeah, weed all the time. Yeah. And then, by the way, yeah, that's why I turned off my flashing light before you even came in as SGP just in case. But yeah, I'm not into meds, man. I think like food should be your medicine, and death is inevitable. I don't know what it's worth being cut for because excuse me for burping. It'll happen next week, so I don't give a shit. So he says the worst is like the flushing goop that you got to drink. But did you have propofol, Sean? Like, did you have to take a knockout, sort of semi coma drug? Because I'm telling you, and I'll just be honest with you, when Jimmy the drummer said, he said, "Yeah, I did it 3 times. I'll do it tomorrow if they give it for free." He loves that little trip that he gets, that little separation from the rest of the world. Obviously, Michael Jackson loved that fucking thing, enough to like take his life away with it. I don't fucking know. You're welcome. You're welcome. Why not? You're welcome. I care. I was like preemptively, is she going to show up? Just like you. You were talking about Sean before he showed up, but here he is. So here we go, guys. That's cool. You guys are fucking awesome. Like, make friends with each other. I'm gonna shut up now. You can have side conversations in the chat. No, no, I can't shut up. You guys know that. You probably watch me because I can't shut up. I'll probably say something stupid real quick. Clip it, clip it. Damn. See, Rusty's had over 20 of them, but Rusty, like you said, man, and everybody watch that fucking first interview, first interaction. He dealt with no diagnosis, misdiagnosis for so long, right? Your body's a temple. Yeah. Yeah. My body's a temple, but it must be haunted. Well, damn, man. I wouldn't have had any social life with that sort of thought. That thing doesn't belong. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny to think that way. I'm being totally like dismissive and just funny about it, but it's funny to think that way. We ain't gonna live forever. Let's just enjoy. I hear you, Rusty. I hear you, my man. Right, 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 right. So I had some OD what? Yeah, I'm not a guy who takes Tylenol or whatever else either, but like at the same time, like again, I'm working on this tooth, walking out. So I had some what do you call that shit? Lidocaine, that I use to kick shit out. Sex was designed by God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean I like it. It's a good part of life. It's not a foreign item. There you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a priest. Never mind. I'm not even getting into that. I had a priestess that was like, as long as you ejaculate inside, it's not illegal by God. So I just said it. But I was just like, I don't know. I'm not here to judge. The things that are allowed in Temple. Temple was the first people that I fucked with in the phone book back in like 1984. Now, I was born in 1978, so I was a child. But my phone fuckery started in 1984, and I would specifically look up temples. And then I would find the weird ones, and I would find the funny ones, and I would call them up, and I'd leave them messages, and they'd call me back, because everybody wants to recruit you into their temple. Hours and hours, tens of hours, 1,000 hours of misspent youth in 1984 talking to random weird temples everywhere. Because there is a section in the yellow pages. I don't know because you guys don't have the yellow pages anymore or whatever. But there's the category which is just called temples. And I did that shit first. I figured like they deserved it more than anybody. I don't know. I was just trolling them. Trolling wasn't a word, but just a child with like I don't know, just a bored spirit. I'm still bored, guys. I'm still bored. I know. I know. In 1984, though, I tried to go to a 1986 show. My dad, said no. He wouldn't give me the money, and I felt like, what am I gonna do? I mean, I'm a little bitch here. Like 1986, 8 years old maybe or whatever. But 8 years old is when I started making my own money. So I was like, I don't have quite 35 yet, Dad, but I swear I'm gonna get there. You know what I mean? So I had two jobs when I was 8 years old. That was cool. I delivered a local newspaper. It was 10 cents. My mom wasted more on gas probably than what we got because she drove me around to do it. 10 cents a copy, and that was a big payout, right? Because my friends did the traditional newspaper, it was 2 cents a payout, you know. And then I worked in a carnival with this little guy who did his carnival shit, and so then I made real money, but I only got it on air hours. Like, so when they're open or when they close, I would work a 12-hour day and just get paid for the 4 or 6 hours they were open. But hey, I was ambitious. I was very young, you know, so it was good enough for me. In '86, you were in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I want to go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's where the Pepper Palace is, and many other attractions. And it's close to Graceland. And we're not going to go to Graceland, or we're not going to go inside anyway, because that's a ripoff. But we're definitely going to go to Pepper Palace. We're definitely going to go to Branson. Right on, Sean. Right on, Sean. Yeah, Sean, I'm working on something to send you, so look out in the mail, and just call me or something when it happens. I'll put my number in the box. I'll put my number in the box. Give me a call when you get it, and we'll fucking figure it out. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Sean. Like I said, I've been aware of Sean for probably 2 to 3 years or whatever with his YouTube postings with Garbage Pail Kids and this and that. And he was my favorite subscriber because, you know, YouTube would tell me he's been watching me for 3 months. He's been watching me, but then he finally subbed up. And I was like, good for him, man. Good for him. He didn't want to fall for it right away. He gave it time and space to figure it out. And here we go. So almost, you know, like pray to be, but almost guaranteed that I say hi to Sean at least in a stream. And that's awesome, man. That's awesome that I can count on you like that. You know what I mean? Because in this stream, if I get 11 likes, that's beautiful. If I get 4 people watching it live and 20 people at the end of the day watching it tomorrow or whatever, beautiful. You know, I'm not in here for anything else. I'm not in. I would be a victim of success if there was like the chat flying by so fast I couldn't answer it or whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to be a victim of anything, man. We're just hanging. It's all volunteer. Cheers. Keep clicking that like. Let's get to 11. That's what I'm saying. That's the top. That's the biggest deal for here. Right on, Sean. Enjoy yourself, man. You know, it'll be, I guess it'll be like, you know, lucrative for both of us. We're going to test it out. Some of those books I put in the stupid bookstore, right? If I start making enough profit, I'll go grab them back out and, you know, send them to you too. Cause they don't know shit, or they don't care to, you know, but they're a great place. They're a great big library, but they're, you know, it's all discount. It's all bottom of the barrel. They have no respect. No respect, Sean. No respect. Excuse me for those burps. All right, I'm coming up tomorrow night with Rusty. What else can I really offer now? Except to say my, you know, first appearance of Rusty is back there. I just put it on the community post and said, please rewatch. So please rewatch. You got tonight, you got tomorrow morning, and or this morning, this night, whatever. And within those many hours, like we'll be back up. Rusty's gonna be here, and I'm not scared, so I'll ask him, like, what can I do? What have I done? So here we go. Yeah, Rusty. Yep. That was my birth. That was my birth into work, was being a carny. Yeah, like I said, I delivered a local newspaper and was a carny or carnival worker at 8, you know, and that was my birth into the world because when I was about 6, not 8, I had this $5 bill that I stared at one time and I was like, I need more. I need more. I've told this story already, but that's where it came from. Now I got all the way up to like 22 years old. And at that point, I said, money ain't actually the thing, you know. So it's been up and down since. I've been different. And he did live stream from the carnival. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys know about like a TNT pop up what is it, fireworks tent, like the ones they throw, the trailers, my voice coming through. So I really wanted to do that and I just didn't do it. Yeah, now he's in rehab. Well, at least he's not dead. At least he's not dead. But I wanted to do that, and I just barely. Yeah, you can walk through. No problem. I just barely didn't have like sort of the startup capital or whatever, and but next year I will. So I don't know if I could stream from there, but I'll send videos from. So let's get into that. Everybody watch that original Rusty video that I put in the community tab and watch him tomorrow. What are we at? 9 here, 9 likes. That's the best. 11's the best, but that's pretty cool. So say goodbye to each other. I'm gonna check out and we'll be up. Now I hit 1 hour, like perfect, right? So we'll hit up with Rusty tomorrow. And Rusty, part of the reason that I'm pulling you in 10:30 or so is I guess Creek Squad said those storms aren't hitting him that hard, right? So he should be probably be up by 12 o'clock my time. Right on, SGP. See you tomorrow. Holy crap, it's time to go to sleep. Yeah. Cheers. You're right. You're right. My wife said, fuck sleep because she got to go make breakfast. Oh, do you need me? Are you still? She's looking for food right now. You need. I'll help you real quick. I'm about to leave. So, guys, I'm about to leave. Say goodbye to each other. Yeah. She don't need my help. That's good. That's good. That's right. Walk Ozzy around. Cheers to him. And cheers to you all. See you so soon. Bye, bye, bye. It's so fun. Time flies, SGP. Time flies.